observe if you have these gaps that I'm about to mention in your handwriting and signature. If so, then know that the real personality and the projected personality are really, really different. And one of the most common things that you will hear from people like that is, I don't know, no matter how hard I try, people always misunderstand me because who they are and who they project themselves to be is completely different. Hi there. Thank you so much for joining me one more time on the Absolutely Right podcast, India's first graphology based podcast show. My name is Aditi Surana. I'm a behavioral analyst, a high performance coach, and an anti anxiety expert. Now, currently, we are in this 10-part series that is dedicated to graphology. Why, you ask me? Because most of the time, after 18 years of being a professional in this field, people don't believe that graphology is a legit subject. And I have taken this in my stride and decided to deal with every battle required because I see the power this subject has. Now, why is it important for us to use this tool? Because it's real, it is live, it gives you information on a daily basis. As you may understand, your personality keeps changing. There are parts of your personality that are fixed, haven't changed over the years, understood. But there are other parts which changed every 5 to 6 years. And then there are others which keep changing every week pretty much. Now, graphology can become a gateway for you to understand exactly what is happening. So, coming to today's conversation, which is about signatures, let me establish why signatures become so significant. When you are operating in your personal comfortable area, you're not pretending, you're not projecting, you're not showcasing yourself to be something different. But the very moment you walk into a public space, you believe, and we are taught to believe, that our value is based on how people look at us, how people understand us. So if you have contacts, you should be talking about them. Otherwise, people might not know that you are like this connected person. If you have money, you should find a way to showcase that so people see that you're a valuable, influential person. Now, showcasing yourself in a certain way in a public domain is where the public image is built. And signature very smartly and accurately captures that. Whereas handwriting talks about who you are, how you behave when nobody is watching, or when you are with these secured people and only where you feel comfortable. Please observe if you have these gaps that I'm about to mention in your handwriting and signature. If so, then know that the real personality and the projected personality are really, really different. And one of the most common things that you will hear from people like that is, I don't know, no matter how hard I try, people always misunderstand me because who they are and who they project themselves to be is completely different. So imagine I'm a blue color person, and if I project myself to be an orange color person, then people will come to me thinking that I'm an orange color person, and they will be disappointed when they see my real colors. And this is what happens when people see your real colors if you have the gap between your handwriting and signature. The simplest way to go about it is write a paragraph and sign 3 times so that you can find the differences. So let's look at what are the 3 differences that I want to talk about. If your handwriting, the baseline, which we covered in one of the Friday episodes recently in the 10-part series, if the handwriting is going straight or going wavy, but your signature suddenly goes upwards, then what does it mean? Now, I know people are told to get their signature going upward because that is a sign of positive life and actually being like a strong person. That's not true. The signature that goes upward shows enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is somebody who's willing to showcase energy, put in enthusiasm into any situation that they take. And in our social construct, in our social structure, people who are enthusiastic, social, people who get the party started, who get the team going, are valued a lot more. But if you look at them closely, they also become defocused. They also become scattered in their approach. They also become less committed to actually do the work and get the results. So going upward signature might be a nice thing for you to feel good about yourself, but keeping your profession in mind, keeping your requirement in mind, keeping the actual nature of your job in mind, I would say upward signature might work for somebody who is in show business, somebody who is absolutely getting social teams going, or people who are constantly working with large number of people. For them it might work. But for somebody who is in a job that requires concentration, working with mid-sized teams, or also working with people who are absolutely committed to get the results, if that is the nature of your job, then upward signature might not work for you. It might make you feel good about yourself, but it would not show you results. The second aspect where I see a lot of gap is where people have normal medium size handwriting, but when it comes to signature, their signature goes absolutely large, a big sample of writing. Now I know celebrities have created this precedence for us because in a public domain, when you're creating a fake image, when you're creating a larger than life image, when you're creating an image that people have to look up to, that time that large writing works, it is rather a sign of a fake mask that one creates. But the real handwriting size and the signature, if there is a huge gap between the two, then you're only and only creating the gap between who you are and how you communicate and how real you are and how much of projection that you build. My father was an art director, and we always visited his sets, film sets, where he would be creating these structures, larger than life sets, and it's fascinating to look at it. But if you have any backstage access, then you know this for sure, that the sets look phenomenal to our eyes in front of the camera, but behind the camera, actually behind the set, everything is fake. Everything is make-believe, everything is in a way temporary. Now that's exactly what happens to people who have large signatures and normal handwriting. Now if you have large handwriting and large signature, it's a different story. But if there is a gap between the size of your writing, then this is what I'm addressing. Now, the third common thing that I find is people use overlapping in their signature. I understand legally you're supposed to keep your signature absolutely illegible, difficult to be copied, and all of that. But we have spoken about this in the previous episode and how that is not a healthy thing. But coming to the point, a psychological need of having an overlap in the signature comes from the fact, simply like I am sitting in this chair and I'm like, okay, this is enough space for me. Now suddenly I ask someone else to sit on top of my head, and sometimes one more person on top of that person. Now imagine what must be going through me and my body only to carry that weight around. That's exactly what happens when people have overlapping signatures. They are feeling, and they are not able to even communicate or recognize it, but they're feeling that other people are overpowering them, dominating them, constantly interfering in the way they look at their lives or their decision making. Now imagine a person like that being a leader in an organization. His team becomes now these people who kind of intrude in his space. The boss can be perceived as somebody who dominates him. The boss might not be dominating, but the leader who we are talking about may feel that way because he feels cramped in general. Now, your personality is the lens through which you look at the world. Now, a person wearing red color tinted glasses may look at the white wall and find it pink, or whereas a person with yellow color tinted glasses will look at the same wall and find it a little yellowish. Now, the truth of the matter is not in what is happening, but how you perceive it when it comes to behavioral context. So please keep that in mind. And next time when you make your choices, when you make your assumptions, when you think about a person in a certain way, remember that your glasses are also playing the part here. I hope this conversation added value. Now, some of our modules, some of our programs which are coaching based are also driven by graphotherapy, where I specifically talk about what can you change in your handwriting and then layer it with your signature to create the kind of personality you want to build. If you have specific questions that you would like me to include in our video content or on our Absolutely Right podcast, then write to me on my email ID, write@aditisurana.com. And if you would like to see some fun content around personality, behaviors, and graphology, then you can follow me on my Instagram handle @AditiSurana. I'll see you next week with one more phenomenal guest on our Wednesday episode. Till then, happy writing.